Here it is, the Vitus Sentier on a late October ride. Autumn's here. Bike's lovely and clean, just out the garage. Let's see what it's like at the end of this ride, and then I'll go through my post-ride cleaning and maintenance routine using a few quite budget cleaning products to maintain the bike after each ride. Right, we're just back from that ride, and as you can see, a typical October ride, and the bike is no longer nice and clean. Majority of the mud is on the frame, centered around the bottom bracket, seat tube, seat steers, things, just the usual places where the mud and everything builds up. Around the cranks, pretty filthy. So I'll go through what I do after virtually every ride with some budget cleaning products. So the products I'll be using today are the No More Dirty bike cleaner from Poundland. Selection of wash mitt, brushes, microfiber cloths. Got a bit of dry lube for the chain, and auto excess waterless car wash and wax, which is from Aldi, and I use that to go over the frame once it's all cleaned. So the first job now is just going to be to rinse and blast away the worst of the mud with a hose pipe. So now most of the mud and everything's knocked off the bike with a hose pipe, I'll go around and just remove any other little bits. It's a twig, anything that's wrapped into any sort of in the gear mech here, there's bits of debris and things, so I'll go around with a brush and get stuff like that removed. So once I've been around the whole bike and removed any bits of foliage from the pedals or cranks and rear mech and everything like that, I'll go around, give it a good spray with a bike cleaner. In this case I'm going to be using the My Cycle No More Dirty bike from the pound shop. So what I've just done there is just gone right over the frame using the microfiber wash mitt, giving it a good wipe down, agitating any dirt and everything which is on the frame. Now I'm going to use a soft brush on the tyres, scrub the mud off there, and then give it all another rinse down. Right, so the bike's now completely dried off. Just give it a rub down there with a towel, and I give it a bit of a bounce on the ground just to dislodge any water and everything. and then left the bike for an hour or so outside on the sort of windy day, so it just air dries off a bit while I had a bit of lunch. So as you can see already, a whole lot cleaner. So the final stage now is just to give it a buff over using a waterless wash and wax product, just to add a bit of protection to the frame and give it a bit of a shine up and a polish. This is what I'll be using. This is Auto Excess Car Maintenance Waterless Wash and Wax. Get this from Aldi stores. It's a waterless wash product with a Canubra wax protective shield. No water required, streak-free cleaning. So basically what I'll do with this, I'll just spray it over the frame and then wipe it over and buff it with a microfiber cloth. In areas near to the brake discs, I'll just add it to a cloth and wipe it on, so I'm not spraying the wax product onto the brake discs or the pads and contaminating them. And as I said, when I'm near places near the brake rotors like the forks and everything, I'll just apply directly onto the cloth and wipe it on. The final little place I like to use the waterless wash and wax is on the wheel rims and the sides of the tyres. Possibly not picking it up too well on the camera here, but there's a lot of watermarks and things. Makes the rims look a little bit on the dirty side. So again, I'll just give a light misting of it around the wheel and give it a wipe over. The final stage of my process is to apply some lube to the chain. Majority of the time I am using a dry lube. I find the wet lubes tend to carry a lot of muck in them once you get out and about. It sort of clogs up all your rear mech and your chain and everything. But as you can see, I haven't really paid much attention to the chain and the rear mech and the cassette during this wash, but as you can see, it's pretty clean, and I think that's all down to using a dry lube. I will use a wet lube more in the winter months when there's snow and slush and things like that, but then switch back to a dry lube in the springtime. So there we have it. Bike's all good and clean, free of dirt and protected, ready for the next ride. Steve Outdoors, I'll see you in the next video.